Hi, this is Lindsay Webb here to discuss inclusiveness in leadership. The first part of our assignment was to find 2 articles, videos, or recordings based on inclusiveness in leadership. So the article I found was called Moving the Dial, and it was about measuring inclusive leadership, and I found it in the profiles of the Diversity Journal. In this article, 2 things that really stuck out to me was inclusive leaders having a positive impact on individuals and the organization. When employees have that positive impact with their employees, they want to stay with that leader. They encourage everyone to engage an organization into the mission in their own unique way. These leaders embrace the diversity of their workforce and customers and understand the value of having everyone's voice heard. So therefore, these employees want to continue to stay with their boss, their administrator, or their leader because their voice is heard, and they want to feel wanted. And when their employee has an understanding and values everyone's voice, more people are willing to stay. Inclusive leaders are similar to the general leadership. They both are goal-oriented and know how to leverage others fully. However, inclusive leaders go one step further. They draw strengths and experience of their people to help them become more productive. Continuing on with this article, Moving the Dial, the image that I have attached here explains how leaders should surround themselves in the core belief of being result-oriented, leveraging inclusive and diversity. When they have all of those 3 parts of this diagram, they will be more successful in their role as a leader. Leading self recognizes that everyone has a unique perspective and value. Leaders then, we all know that leaders are biased, but these leaders choose to have a conversation and are open to learning. The next part was leading relationships. Build great relationships with others by adapting their styles to others. They encourage others and acknowledge a person's value and accomplishments. Within this, the leader will do that by building and giving small gestures of confidence, and they give employees exposure to excel. When employees give that opportunity for that staff member to go above and beyond and to explore, they will get more from their employees. The next part was leading the culture. We want to build trust, respect, and the feeling of safety within the organization. Leaders share responsibilities when things go wrong, but they also credit when things go well. So that was the big thing with the leading of the culture, is sharing the responsibility when things go wrong and when things go well. Don't just say, hey, went wrong, it was your fault, your fault, your fault. When things go well, I did it, I did it, I did it. Share that and you will get more from your workplace. The second piece that I found was from a video on YouTube. It was defining diversity and inclusiveness at the EY. And EY was a place of employment that's in the top 20 places to work for in the US. And some key things that I got from this video was the power of having a diverse team will have huge success with your diversity and inclusiveness. However, failure will occur when you have no diversity with no inclusiveness. Leaders need to be actively seeking out different perspectives. Diversity matters, and just remember that together we will achieve more. When people are more willing to work together, when people have unique backgrounds, personalities, experiences, and abilities, more will be accomplished when you put all of those together. When I look at backgrounds from our teachers, and when you look at all of us elementary teachers, we all have different backgrounds. We came from different settings. We were grown up in different places. When we put all those together and work together, we can achieve more. Personalities, we have loud personalities, we have calm personalities, we have just straight-laced people. Putting all those together and having a voice and letting people be heard, you can achieve more. Continuing on with that video, Another thing that I got from this video that I really enjoyed was diverse leaders. They welcome different opinions and assemble diverse teams. And I thought that was a key thing, is welcoming different opinions. Not everyone is going to think the same. And when you allow others to give opinions and you appreciate those opinions, I think as a staff you can reach that common goal. Communicate openly and provide constructive feedback. Two of my big things that I feel are very important as a leader is communication and having that open door policy, being a listener, giving feedback back, talking to them back. And then when you have something to say to them about their teaching or about things that they're doing, be constructive about it. How can they learn from it? What can they do to make them a better person? And show appreciation for everyone's view. If you like it or don't like it, accept it. Be appreciative of it. Not everyone is going to think the same way that you do. Surround themselves with people who think differently um, than they do. If you surround yourself with only the same people, your opinions, your thinkings will never change and you won't see what else is out there. Then the next part of the slideshow was part 2. How can we use this as an administrator and things that we learned from this class? When I think of race, class, gender, and equality, I just recall that no matter what the race, color does not matter. Whoever you have in your classroom, whoever your teachers are, it doesn't matter what color they are, who they come from. I'm able to look past that. I know some people still are not able to, but I truly believe where they come from can give a lot to a team. Class, socioeconomics, gender, male or female. Right now our staff has one male teacher, and I've always said, gosh, we need some more men in our building just to change up the, the setting of our school. Even though we have some amazing teachers, when a teacher leaves, like, oh, we need to look for that male figure in our building, and especially for our students. Equality is value, showing value and respect to any given person. Also, when going through this activity, one thing that I learned was about the type of leaders that you can be. And one leader that I truly believe a lot of people should be in the education field is a servant leader. With being a servant leader, it enriches the lives of individuals, builds better organizations, and ultimately creates a more just and caring world. And I think as being a teacher, you have to be so caring, and you have to want to do more. They believe in serving others first, and I think with teachers, we all serve each other first. I don't think you could be a teacher and not serve people first. They also focus primarily on the growth and well-being of people, and ultimately that's what teachers want. We want the growth. We want to see how well they do, and as leaders, we have to want that from our teachers, we have to want that from our families, and we have to want that from our students too. The servant leaders share power, and they put the needs of others first and help people develop and perform as highly as possible. And that's what we do as teachers. We want our kids to perform highly as possible. Value the difference of opinion. Understand where students and staff members come from are two other things. Understanding where students and staff members come from is very important. If you want a student to say, well, come on, you gotta work hard, and you gotta do this, and you have to act like you are, a construction worker, and you're if they've never been around a construction worker who works hard from day in and day out, they're not going to be able to relate to that. If the students really everything has been given to them, and how do they know what truly working hard is, and vice versa, for students who have to work hard for everything they have. The next part is part 3, identify and describe the leadership challenges of being an inclusive leader. Inclusiveness is as much about special needs as it is about normal kids reaching their compassion and potential. And I really like that quote because inclusive inclusion is we want so much for the special needs children to be a part of our classroom, and we want to bring them in and incorporate them into everything we do. Well, that's what we need to do as leaderships to bring that inclusiveness and diversity into our buildings and into our schools. So I think one thing is having compassion. All leaders need and need to promote compassion while being a leader. It may be hard at times, but when you have staff members and students who see your compassion and see how compassionate you are about your job, they will give more to you. If you just go through the motions every day and don't show that you are proud to be there and you are compassionate about your job, why should your teachers work extra hard? And why should the students work extra hard to show that they're compassionate about something that you don't care about? Meet the needs of everyone while trying to make appropriate decisions for all is extremely hard. Think about budget cuts you're going through. Think about people, your teachers to your board members, um, doing what's best for all and then making appropriate decisions for all. So that would be very hard. And don't worry about keeping everyone happy. I think as long as you're doing the job and you're putting students first and you're making appropriate decisions, you're not going to make everybody happy, but I think you're going to satisfy them. And when you satisfy the people in your building and you satisfy your employees, you will slowly make people happy, but you're not going to make everybody happy. And the one thing that I try to work on as a person is also have a heart and put your heart into all you do. Sometimes, yes, we have to protect our heart and not let it out there for everyone to step on and to say bad things or whatever. But if you put your heart into everything that you do, and you put your heart into your teaching and your heart into your kids, I think you will do the best that you can for the kids, and you will expect more from them, and they will be willing to go out and do more for you because you have put so much heart and effort into it. Yes, I do say protect that heart, because if you do put so much out there and you're not getting the support from others, you will have your feelings hurt, or you will feel down. But as an administrator, all you can do is love your kids, love your teachers, and love your families, and reach for that common goal for your school. And if you have the heart, if you are compassionate about it, and you're not worried about making everybody happy, you will have great leadership skills.